And this is the information session for the topic global climate change. Okay, here are my contact details. I'm the topic coordinator. Okay. If you have a question, this is the email address that you use, my Flinders email. You can ask me questions. Okay, you can also use the discussion tool on the topic web page. Okay, but I don't mind getting emails. Yeah. You can also meet me in person. I'm in room 312 in the Earth Sciences building, but please make an appointment. Always read my announcements. Always read the announcements. This is very, very important. Okay? Because the announcements will alert you to deadlines, to additional information. So this is extremely important. It's also very important that you read the topic study guide. Yeah, you can download it from the Canvas page. Here's how it looks like. Okay, this is the front page, but it has all the relevant links in there. Yeah, additional information, okay, on assessment, on everything that I will briefly discuss here in this video, but it's all written down in the topic study guide. Okay, so read the guide, ask questions. So the content of this session is, well, I want to motivate you and outline the aim of the topic. Talking about textbooks, assessment, list of lectures. I want to give you some general tips on how to succeed, how to get a high mark. Okay, and I want to present you my research interests. Okay, so that's a little motivation. The world's climate is changing. We all know that. But, it's an accepted fact, and the future is very grim indeed. Okay, the forecasts are not looking good. Okay, and the climate has already dramatically changed in the last 50 years. Again, here's a little map of observed temperature changes. So you can see here this map here. Okay, and so as a motivation, I just listed a number of questions. Why is the climate changing? Okay, what factors control the climate on Earth? What is climate? How can you measure it? Have there been similar climate changes before? Can global warming just stop from one year to the next? Why can they accurately forecast the climate but not the weather? Can humans reverse the global warming trend? No. And what do we mean by a trend? Okay. So you can see from these questions, well, there are a number of words in there that you probably don't understand. What's the difference between climate and weather? Okay, what is a trend? All right, and that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to teach you. Teach you that you can answer these questions. So the aim of this topic is teach you the basics of how the Earth's climate system works and which factors shape average environmental conditions on Earth. I want to provide you with an understanding of key indicators of climate change, such as sea level rise, melting glaciers, and ocean acidification. Okay, I want to provide you with updates of the scientific knowledge in the climate sciences. And overall, I want to make you a scientifically well-informed citizen of this changing world. Okay, there are big aims, okay, but I think it will work out in the end. So here are some recommended textbooks. Okay. The lectures don't strictly follow these textbooks. You know, there's the Hartman and the Rowley and Viga textbooks. You don't necessarily need to buy them. Textbooks are generally expensive, but maybe you can borrow them from a library. Have a look. And the lectures are motivated by these books. Okay? There's also IPCC reports. Okay, and you can download them for free. IPCC reports are also excellent teaching material. Okay, have a look at that. All right. So the topic components. So the topic consists of lectures and assignments. Okay. Essentially everything is online. And I will make a comment on that in a minute. Just let's talk about the lectures. So every week I will release a couple of YouTube videos, lecture videos. Okay. And these lectures form the basis of weekly multiple choice quizzes. So every week you get a multiple choice quiz asking you a number of questions. And just tell you how that works with the multiple choice quizzes. I will release the questions on Friday afternoon. There will be 4 questions. Okay. There will be 3 answer options and only 1 answer is correct. And you have the entire weekend to work on it. Until Monday in the afternoon, you have to make your final choice, and you might get it right or wrong. Okay, but you only have 1 attempt. That's the key. Okay, so you have time to study, you make a choice. Sounds all easy, but you have to get it right. And this might require some additional work, so you might have to re-watch the video or look up some additional information. All right, only 1 attempt per question. Okay. All right, so now the assignments. Okay, in assignments there are several parts, and you can see all the details if you look at the student assessment methods that you can download from your topic page. So there are several components. Apart from the weekly multiple choice quizzes that I already mentioned, there is a written assignment or independent study, okay, which consists of an initial report and a final report, and they are worth 40% together. 40%. The initial report 10%, the final report 30%. Okay. And then there are exercises based on an online climate model. There will be 4 exercises altogether worth 40%. Okay, so you get that. Look at the numbers here. 40% for the written assignment, independent study, 40% for exercises based on the online climate model, and 20% on weekly multiple choice quizzes. Alrighty, and what you want to get in the end is you want to get a high mark. Okay, and best of it all is that there is no final examination. Hey, did you hear me? No exam. Okay, it's all done in terms of these assignments written here. Alrighty, it will be a little bit more busy towards the end of the semester because the exercises based on the online climate model, that will all happen in the last 4 weeks of the semester. All right, so that you plan a little bit around that. Okay. So assessment, well, you know the assessment grades. Okay, you get a high distinction if you get a final mark more than 85%. And this is what you should aim for. Try to get a high distinction. And I'll give you some tips in a minute of, well, can you get a high mark? You know? So in order to pass this topic, you need a combined mark of more than 50%. This means that you can fail individual parts. The aggregated mark, the combined mark, has to be larger than or equal 50%. Alrighty, here's the lecture list. I'm not going through all the details here. You can see that the lectures have 5 parts, starting with an introduction, then talking about past climate changes. Part 3 is about the understanding the climate system, and then part 4 talks about special features of the climate system like extreme events, and then part 5 talks about the Anthropocene. Okay, it's all about the current era of global warming and the future. Okay, and this is, and I probably mentioned that this is all brand new material that I developed in the last, all the lecture recordings I've done in the last 6 months or so, but that development goes back over probably the last 1 or 2 years. Alrighty, okay, tips of how to succeed. Well, the most important point is submit all assignments in time. Okay? Submit all assignments. Don't cheat. Don't use AI. Because you will see with the instructions, it's not easy. You can't just have artificial intelligence put things together. So you have to do it. Otherwise, there's a high risk for you to fail the topic. Okay? So submit all assignments in time. If you only submit half of the assignments, indeed you get only half the mark. This is very, very, very important. Okay? You can contact other students. You can work together. You can form work groups, work on assignments together. You have to submit your individual assignment, but you can. It's more fun to study with other people. Okay, so now in terms of knowledge, the understanding of the lectures. Okay, I think it's very important that you watch the lectures and that you keep a notebook where you write down new words, ideas, concepts, everything that you don't understand, questions, and that you learn the terminology. Because what I explained in the first lecture may be used in later lectures, where I anticipate that you understand these words. Okay? Because this is a progression of gaining knowledge and gaining understanding. Okay? So you should learn the terminology. Okay? Learn words. What do they mean? Study at home. Revise. Read scientific texts. It's about the language, that you understand the language of science. Learn how to find reliable information on the internet. In the climate sciences or global climate change, there's loads of material on the internet, and it's very difficult to find reliable information. Okay? So the information that you get from the internet might be biased, might be incorrect. Okay, so try to learn how to find reliable information. Have effective breaks is very important. Okay, it's not studying all the time, working, studying, studying working works. No, breaks are important. Try to have effective breaks where you brainstorm a little bit, revise, let your brain just do the revision work. Breaks are very, very important in life. Never give up. Okay, there might be some hurdles, some issues. Never give up. Okay. I said it before, meet up with other students and don't cheat. Very important. Don't cheat is very important because we have strict policies and there are harsh penalties if you're, in this case. So my own research interests. I'm actually a physical oceanographer with strong interest in physical, biological interactions. There are links to the climate sciences. Okay. I'm interested in ocean upwelling, dynamics of inverse estuaries, canyon flow interaction, benthic storms, probably things that don't tell you much. Okay. But there's one aspect that is more relevant to the climate sciences, okay, which I present on the next page. But here I forgot to mention that I wrote a textbook with Piers Chapman on upwelling systems of the world. What is upwelling? I'm not going to explain you what it is here, but it might actually be featured here or there in some part of the lectures. So, but of relevance to the climate sciences, I'm also interested in the Indian Ocean Dipole. And you will learn what this Indian Ocean Dipole is. Just want to mention one aspect, because we actually discovered a new type of tropical cyclone. And this is a work from a former PhD student, Ankit Kavi. Okay, and we work together on that. And it's something actually that is related or involved in developments of the Indian Ocean Dipole. And I show you a little map here on this. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see, where can I see the mouse? Here. We're talking about the equatorial region in the eastern Indian Ocean. This is Sumatra that you can see here, and what's shown here are so-called streamlines of the atmospheric circulation, and there's something which swirls around, which is a cyclone. This is how a cyclone looks. I show you the video. Video is a little bit better. Okay, show you the video of the formation of such a cyclone. Okay, near the equator, you can see these are the streamlines, the wind, surface winds in this area, and then you can see the development of a circular pattern here, and this is all real data. Okay, this is derived from satellite data here, the surface wind fields, and then it swirls up into a cyclonic pattern. It's connected to the equator, and this actually is involved with that Indian Ocean Dipole. Okay, so this is something that we discovered. It's not to do with the ocean. This is in the atmosphere. Okay, it's about the wind patterns. All right. Alrighty-o. Let's see, how do I stop here, go to the next slide, go to the next. If you have questions, always feel free to ask questions. And I wish you a happy study. All right?